Hello everyone and welcome to the Bulldog Report. We just got started between Metuchen and Homedel. A wild throw right there from shortstop Joseph Fenton, but Matt Rowe applies the tag, and the leadoff hitter, James Vallalito, is retired. Big game here, 7 and 10 seeds. We're getting right into it here between Metuchen and Homedel. One out here in the top of the first inning. As this pitch is chopped into left center field, that's going to get down for a base hit. And it's a one-out single off of Luke Schleck right there for Andrew Woodward, the senior. So Woodward with the first base knock of the game for either side. And he's on with a one-out single here in the top of the first inning. So, of course, like we said, this is a 7-10 matchup here. The winner will face the winner of Governor Livingston and Shore on Saturday. The Homedale Hornets, coached by Chris Arici, went 10-11 with a 7-5 record in the Shore A Central Division as Schleck throws that one back. Looking at the pitching here for Luke Schleck, 28 innings this season, 20 strikeouts, and he's pitched to a 3.46 ERA. Dealing with the 3-hole here with a runner at first and one out, got a ground out and then a single right there by Woodward. Metuchen in their gray and white striped uniforms with white hat, blue brim. Homedel in all blue, so not to be confused with Metuchen blue, as this one is driven into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here. This one this time by Brett Hilsheimer, who's batting .400 this season. And Homedel is in business with 2 runners on and 1 out. The concern we've discussed all season long with this team, as Sean Brescia, the junior, will bat cleanup, is their pitching beyond Matt Rowe. And Luke Schleck, Benjamin Norwood, Marcus Malamug have all been great at some times, but they've also been streaky on other points. As that pitch is low and away for a ball, bouncing away, but neither Woodward nor Hilsheimer move forwards. Both these teams fell in the first round of the CJ Group 2 tournament back in 2019. Homedel to Manasquan, Metuchen to Bordentown. As Schleck takes a check over at Woodward, neither running, and it's another one low and smothered in the dirt by Lukaski, 2-0. Defensively for Metuchen, Lukaski the catcher, infield left to right. You got Malamug at third, Fenton at short, Dillon at second, Rowe at first. The outfield is Fenner, Wood, and Barry. Another big peek by Schleck. This one is fouled back weakly third base side. So for those just joining us, we are just getting started here between Metuchen and Homedel. Started a couple minutes early. Sky looks a little weird, but still a good day weather-wise. Two-one on the way. This one is cranked out to left field, and that'll be caught out there by Barry. Both runners stay put, and that's a hard second out for Brescia. Excuse me, that was to Jackson Fenner in left field. Barry is in right field, but a nice catch right there nonetheless, as Lukaski comes out for a quick conversation with Schleck. Coonrich not in the lineup, Lukaski back in the lineup, missed some key games, including Metuchen's tough first-round defeat at the hands of North Brunswick after beating them just 3 days before in the GMC tournament. Blew that game in the 7th inning. But 2 outs, 2 on, 5-hole here batting. And the first pitch is going to miss for a ball. I believe this is Brandon Siplinsky batting. And he grounds one sharply over to short, trying to make the hop, unable to make the play. It gets through into center field. Run's going to come home, and Homedel leads 1-0. A misplay over there at second base for Nick Dillon. He's typically playing in the outfield, but getting the start at second today, and it proves costly for Metuchen, as Siplinsky, on what could have been the third out, chops one through the hole, and Homedel takes a 1-0 lead. Metuchen has not played much recently. They had the loss back in the 22nd, and then got blown out by Woodbridge, as this one is popped sky high. Malama giving chase into the woods, and that's foul. But an RBI single there for Siplinsky. It moved Hilsheimer to second. Was going to be a tough play, but couldn't make it regardless. And the Hornets lead 1-0 here. As this one is cranked out to left center field, long run, tracking back, Alex Wood makes the catch, side retired. But a run does come home for Homedel. Metuchen will be batting next, heading to the bottom of the first inning. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. Bottom of the first inning, Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report. NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 2 Round 1 between Metuchen and Holmdel. The Hornets struck for one in the top of the first inning and will get ready to work on the mound. As for Metuchen offensively, quick peek at their lineup. Alex Wood hitting leadoff, then Pirillo, Rowe, Dillon, Barry, Schleck, Lukaski, Malamug, and Fenner. First one is hit into play by Wood. It's a quick grounder to second. Play is made over there by Andrew Woodward, and that's the first out. So a sharp ground out for Alex Wood, and the first Bulldog batter is retired. Metuchen, their base and ball sports hoping to not go 0 for 2 in the state tournament. Of course, the softball team had a tough loss yesterday, where they lost in the 7th inning in what was a close game, but they could not overcome Monmouth Regional. So the two-hitter is A.J. Pirillo. Pirillo has not gotten tons of plate appearances, but is having a nice year when he has. A .515 average, 12 RBI, and with so many seniors departing from this team after this season, he's going to have quite the opportunity ahead of him. And of course, for Metuchen, it's different from softball yesterday, where they still had the county tournament to rely on. They were eliminated in the first round, so this is it for them, as this one is hit to second on the floating pop-up, but the catch is made there by Woodward, and that's the quick second out. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Matt Rowe. Rowe is one of this team's top hitters, taking a look, batting .415 RBI. Everyone always talks about Matt Rowe's pitching, and rightfully so, but his hitting has been on the mark as well, and that's why he's inserted into the lineup today. Pirillo is the DH batting for Fenton, as that first pitch taken off the plate here. This is Jake Humans on the mound. The lefty deals, and that one will also miss just a little up and away. Humans this season, 43 1/3 innings pitched, has worked to a 1.78 ERA and struck out 33 batters, and has gotten the first 2 outs here, as Metuchen has not hit it out of the infield yet. As he gets a call there on the high fastball, count is now at 2-1. Matt Rowe having a great season. Of course, the .23 ERA, just 1 run allowed in 30 innings, but not on the bump today for the Dogs. And he pops one up. Will it be Woodward again? Yes, it will. 3 completely different plays, but Woodward makes them all, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning on the mound for Humans. We'll head to the second. Metuchen trailing 1-0. This is Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. Top of the second inning now. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. 7-10 here in Central Jersey Group 2. Like we said, the winner faces off with either Shore or Governor Livingston on Saturday. Metuchen hoping to reach the second round after being bounced in the first round of the county tournament, as that one is fouled back. This is John Spallin, a junior, batting 7th in the order. Bottom third of the order due up. Schleck allowed 3 hits and a run to score in the first inning. And this one is sharply hit to second, past Dillon into right for a base hit. So John Spallin with a leadoff single, and again, Schleck is going to have to navigate through some traffic on the base paths. So a leadoff single for John Spallin will bring up the 8th slot in the order here for the Hornets, with a runner on first and nobody out. Homedale team in 2019 went 10-12 and even 7-7 in the Shore A Central, as the check back at first and Spallin dives in safely. But takes a pretty audacious lead. Homedale only 6 stolen bases as a team this season, as that one is a little wide and Spallin heads back to first. Neither pitcher with a strikeout yet. Top of the second, Homedale by 1, as this one is hit weakly foul down the third base side. And for Metuchen, this is just their second game in the last 10 days. They got blown out by Woodbridge, and prior to that, their last game was their 2 bouts with North Brunswick. The regular season one they won, the GMC tournament one, not so lucky. As another check back at first, Schleck keeping a close eye here on Spallin. Spallin has 2 stolen bases this season, 2 of Homedale's 6. Takes some nice move again, as this one is low, smothered by Lukaski. Ian Lukaski back in the lineup. Nick Camerano had started a couple of games at catcher, including the GMC tournament game. But now Lukaski back in the backstop, the junior. The senior Luke Schleck pitches here. And that one is low and away again. So Schleck having trouble locating his pitches here in the second. Spallin the runner at first, nobody out, top 2, Homedale by 1. Brandon Siplinsky with an RBI single to bring home Andrew Woodward in the top of the first. And that one will miss just a little inside for ball 4. And Homedale now has 2 runners on and nobody out. So Jason Sparks, the senior, draws the walk. He's their catcher. And now 2 on with nobody out as Lukaski takes a quick little trip to the mound, and Schleck will hope to get the 9-hitter here with the top of the order, with Vallalito due up next. So Spallin at second, Vallalito at first, nobody out, top 2. Metuchen already down by 1, trying to keep this a 1-run game. As this one is bunted, perfect bunt. Matt Rowe throws to first. Dylan with the cover. I still got, did he get the out there? It looked like he almost came off the bag. Looks like they did get the out, but a great bunt moves both runners over. And now second and third with 1 out. So a perfectly placed bunt right there. And now second and third with 1 away. And Schleck steps off. So Metuchen trying to keep Homedel off the board here after they've already allowed a run in the top of the second inning. Runner at third is Spallin. Sparks is at second. Here's the pitch. This one hit sharply, just foul, right along third base, but just a little out of play. Homedale by 1, top 2. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. Big day for softball as well. They're playing at Merrill Park as this one is hit to left center field. Coming in, making the catch is Fenner. Runner will not come home. And that's the second out. Blasted right there by Vallalito. But a great throw in from Fenner. Fenner has not hit the ball well this season. Still looking for his first hit. Missed some time, but made a great throw there to freeze Spallin, who has some speed, over at third base. So 2 away now, Woodward, who singled and scored in the first. And he'll step out of the batter's box. There's the pitch. That one low and away for ball 1. So Schleck hoping to keep all damage, avert all damage here in this second inning after allowing the first 2 runners to reach base. Homedel hoping to capitalize and extend their lead after having first and second and nobody out. Woodward barrels that one up but fouls it back to the screen. So Spallin singled. Sparks walked, a bunt moved them to second and third. Vallalito flew out to left. Fenner, a strong throw, held Spallin over at third. Here's the pitch from Schleck. Off speed, off the plate, outside for a ball. Barry playing fairly shallow out in right field. There's the pitch. And that one off the plate as well. Luke Schleck having some trouble with his location here. And very different from Jake Human's first inning, where he set down the first 3 in the Bulldog order in order, with a couple of pop-outs and a ground out. As Schleck steps off, Spallin dives back into third, Sparks to second. Schleck definitely keeping wary of these runners, but at the same time, can't forget about the batter at the plate, with Metuchen already down 1-0. As that one gets over, lower outer portion of the plate, nice off-speed pitch from Schleck. So 2 strikes now on Andrew Woodward. .392 hitter this season, 15 RBI, hoping for more. Again, Schleck steps off the mound. Taking a lot of time between his pitches here. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Homedale by 1, top second. Here's the pitch. This one is flown out to left and way out of play, and we'll see another one. So a lengthy at bat here between Luke Schleck and the 2-hitter Andrew Woodward, with Holmdel's best hitter, Brett Hilsheimer, a .400 hitter already with a single today, due up next in the order. There's the pitch. This one is driven out to right center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. It's a 2-run single for Andrew Woodward, and Homedale extends it to a 3-0 lead. All 3 runs have been scored with 2 outs here. Schleck once again almost gets out of trouble, but couldn't do it as Spallin and Sparks both come home, and Woodward makes it a 3-0 game, and it looks like Coach Smith is out for a conversation with his pitcher. Stay with us. This is Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. So Luke Schleck pitching here, and he's going to get a grounder over to short. Fenton's going to go a long way to first, gets him by a step. That'll end the inning. But Homedale plates 2 more on an RBI single by Andrew Woodward. Metuchen will look to get something going offensively when we come back. Bottom of the second inning, Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. Metuchen trailing 3-0, NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 2 first round. Really solid first inning for Jake Humans on the mound, who has been a great pitcher all season long, holding a 1.78 ERA, and cruised through the Metuchen short order in Wood, Pirillo, and Rowe, and will now face Dillon, Barry, and Schleck here in the bottom half of the second, with Metuchen in dire need of getting something going on the offensive side, trailing already in this game 3-0. Humans' first pitch here is outside, ball 1. Nick Dillon at the plate. Dillon this season, a junior, batting .282 with 12 ribbies. He's also pitched some innings on the mound. Out one, down and in, strike 1. But for Schleck, the story of this game could come to the 2-out blunders. First and second inning had 2 outs and couldn't get out of it, allowing 1 run to score in the first and 2 in the second. As Dillon here cranks one to center field, that'll bounce on a hop in front of the center fielder, Valito. And Nick Dillon has the first hit of the day for the Bulldogs. It's a single to center, and Metuchen will hope to get a rally going. That one fouled off by Barry. Barry, of course, big news for him. He committed to continue his career playing Middlesex County College baseball. So congratulations to the senior Barry. Of course, Matt Rowe committed to Rutgers, so great to see some Bulldog faces continuing collegiately with their craft, especially here in the Garden State. Jay Harry, of course, graduated last year and has found himself a solid career as an infielder with the Penn State Nittany Lions, as that pitch is high to Barry. Jack Barry, excellent season, batting .462, home runs, 27 RBI. And even during the midseason stretch where Metuchen's offense went cold, Barry remained one of the few flickering bright spots in that dormant lineup. Here, though, he's going to go down swinging. First strikeout of the day for either pitcher, and obviously first then for Humans. One away here with the runner still standing at first, and the pitcher Luke Schleck batting. Schleck has been hitting the ball really well, has been red hot. Average has gone up to .512. This is a man who batted .186 back in 2019, so definitely has made some major improvements since then, and drives this first pitch into left field, and that'll get down on a bounce for a base hit. So Schleck just keeps on rolling, and now Metuchen with two on and one out for Lukaski. So Dillon moves up to second. A pair of singles here, sandwiched by the strikeout of Barry. And Metuchen trailing by 3 will get the tying run up here in the bottom of the second. Holmdel will have 4, 5, and 6 in their order due up in the top of the third, as that pitch breaks in for a strike to Lukaski. Ian Lukaski, not as many plate appearances as he would have hoped, but still having a good season, batting .379 with a home run and 11 RBI. Quick peek at first. This pitch is shot. What a stop at third base. Look at the force play. Throw to first. Oh, man, what a play. Holy cow. I believe that was Andrew Woodward. Stopped, slid, gets the force at third, throws to first. Looks like Nolan Arenado over there at the hot corner. And that will retire the side. A 5-3 double play, and Metuchen can't score here despite a shaky inning from Humans. What a job by Andrew Woodward. Third inning coming up here. Metuchen down 3. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. So top of the third inning here, things will start with Sean Brescia, who flew out in the first. Swings and misses there. Let's take a look back at this play by Andrew Woodward. You see him check the runner, and watch Woodward over at third, makes the sliding stop, runs over, gets in the bag, throws off his back foot, and makes the incredible play. Masterful job. Now this one is floated out to right field. Barry backtracks, comes back, makes the catch. That's the first out. And Brescia is now over 2. So one away, this will bring up Siplinsky, who hit an RBI single in the first. Homedel scored 1 in the first, then got 2 more on a 2-run single by Woodward in the second. Andrew Woodward scored the first run, drove in 2, and had that incredible run-saving play to end the bottom of the second. And it's clearly been the MVP of this game through the first 2 innings. Siplinsky watched that one go low for Schleck. Schleck has really been the second-best pitcher for Metuchen this season. Malamug's been solid as well. Norwood had a good start, but has struggled since. As Siplinsky chops one weekly, going over to cover first, but taking it himself rather as row, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So Siplinsky is retired and now 2 away. As that first pitch misses low for a ball. As that one is popped up, and that'll end the inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning there as Haggerty pops up. Solid inning for Schleck. First time Homedel is held scoreless in a frame. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0. Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report. Bottom of the third, thank you to everybody tuning in today. Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report as the NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 2 Round 1 contest between 7th seeded Metuchen and 10th seeded Holmdel. Both these teams have already been ousted from their county tournaments. Holmdel knocked out in the Monmouth County prelims by Nadawan, while Metuchen lost to North Brunswick in our last baseball stream a week and a half ago in round 1 of the GMC tournament as an 8 seed. Marcus Malamug stings one over to short, throw to first, and another display of fantastic defense here from the infield. As this time it's Hilsheimer shedding over to make the play. So one out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Jackson Fenner, still looking for his first hit of the season. Only 14 plate appearances, but he's 0 for 11 with 3 walks. And the first one gets in for a strike. Fenner, a senior, was a major contributor in 2019, went 7 for 24 with 9 RBI, but has not done much so far this season. But getting the start today, for a lot of these seniors, you never know, especially since this, if they lose today, this could be it for really competitive games. They could have a couple more thrown on the schedule, but nothing more than mere scrimmages with little meaning to wrap up the 2021 slate. And of course the girls softball team has a game at 6 o'clock today against South Brunswick, the semifinals in Merrill Park in Colonia. That pitch taken low for Fenner. Sparks the sign, humans the pitch. And that one is low. I believe 3 balls now on Fenner, who's looking to work a 1-out walk with the top of the order, waiting to come up next. There's the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Fenner took a turn, thought it might be ball 4, and frustrated that he took that pitch. Right fielder Haggerty playing a little bit shallow. Fenner has not shown off much power. And this one is bounced over to short. Again, it's Hilsheimer, makes the scoop, double clutches, makes the throw, got him by a step. Third straight strong defensive play here from the Homedale infield, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and it goes back to the top of the order with Alex Wood. Wood grounded out to second on the first pitch he saw back in the first inning. Pops one, slamming off the screen foul. Bottom of the third, 2 outs, Metuchen trailing 3-0. Had an opportunity in the second to cash in, but an incredible double play by Andrew Woodward kept Metuchen off the board. That pitch misses low and into Wood. Now there's going to be a lot of changeover for this Metuchen roster. Of course, the pitching staff with no more Rowe or Schleck, Malamug, Norwood, they're going to have a lot of importance. And then on the offensive side, a lot of changes as well. Alex Wood will be one of those who will really see his role increase, especially with both the other typical outfielders. Barry and Fenner are going to be gone. The outfield's going to look a little different here. Expect AJ Pirillo to probably see some more field time as Wood hits a bouncer over to second, and that'll end the inning. So a clean inning right there, and we will head to the fourth. Metuchen still trailing 3-0. Top of the fourth inning, Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report. Metuchen trailing 3-0 here in the CJ Group 2 NJSIAA Round 1 at home as the 7 seed, facing off with the 10 seed from the Shore Conference, the Homedale Hornets. Bottom third of the order, it starts here with John Spallin, who singled and came around to score back in the second. Schleck had a 1-2-3 third. And that one just past the diving Malamud down the left field line. That'll get in for a base hit. Spallin takes a wide turnaround first, stops there. And just like the second inning, John Spallin starts the fourth inning off with a leadoff single. And with nobody out, that'll bring up Jason Sparks. Schleck looks in for the sign from Lukaski. Here comes the pitch to Jason Sparks. Never mind. Check again on Spallin. Sparks, the catcher, the senior, batting .282 with 11 RBI. Their backup catcher is a junior with just 1 plate appearance this season. That's Alex Price. I assume he will be their starting senior. Both these teams, tons of seniors. For Homedale, Woodward, Sparks, Humans, Hirschheimer, just to name a few. Another throw for Schleck, but Rowe controls it. Homedale hoping to expand their lead here in the fourth. Schleck takes a quick peek. The righty deals. Off speed in there, inside corner for a strike. Now, if Schleck could work that pitch a little more and use it a little more often and effectively, I mean, that would be deadly for these hitters, but he just hasn't been able to keep that up consistently, and his fastball has been very hittable so far. Very late call there as Sparks bails out of the box. Spalin at first, nobody out, top four, Homedale 3, Metuchen nothing. Another check at first. Schleck has been very concerned with Spalin both times he's been on base, more so than other base runners so far. As he hopes to keep Spalin there at first and nothing more. That one will miss low and away. Good take by Sparks. Spalin with a decent lead. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. Strike three, and down goes Jason Sparks. First strikeout here for Schleck. Took until the fourth inning. He's not a major strikeout pitcher, like we said. Only 20 through 28 in the third innings, but this is his first of the day here, and it comes for the first down at the top of the fourth. Ninth spot in the order now. Sacrifice bunt earlier. As that's a check back at first base. Believe this is Louis Curcio, who I think actually was the one who made the play at third. I got a little confused by the 2 and the 3 in the numbers on that big double play. And this one is driven out to center, coming in. That'll fall for a base hit. Close play at second, but he's in safely. And that'll cycle things back to Valolito, the leadoff hitter. And he'll try to bunt his way on, but hits it foul. So 2 on, 1 out. Already the third time through the order here in just the fourth inning. Now Metuchen's pitcher's pretty rested up, have not seen much action over the last week. As this one is hit to short, Fenton can't come up with it. And everybody's safe. And now a full infield meeting there. So the font on Homedale, and it's a little blurry. I think the final confirmation I can make here, not to harp on this anymore, Valolito is the 9 hitter, Curcio is the leadoff hitter. So apologies. As I've mentioned before, and for anybody who's new to this, the games that we've been doing this season, I'm in the football press box overlooking the football field as this one is chopped over to second, flip there for 1, back to first, throw is thrown away wildly, and this could bring home a second run, and it's 5-0. So Fenton with the good throw to second, but the turn is wild, and it brings home 2. So some defensive miscues here. Woodward now reaches at first, and it's now a 5-0 game. And this one is driven out to center field. Long run for Wood. He'll track it down and make the play and retire the side. But 2 more runs come across for Homedale on a defensive trouble on a potential inning-ending double play. And Holmdel extends their lead. It's now 5-0 entering the bottom of the fourth. And as we alluded to, as I was just saying, the way logistically we're doing these games, it's very unique, and we got to once again be thankful for the Metuchen Education Foundation for their Get Loud grant, which has made all of this possible. We are in the football press box overlooking the football field and the track. The baseball game is going on in the side field, which, if you're familiar with Metuchen High School, is way behind the football field and the opposite direction of where the press box is facing. We have two cameras up on the roof of the press box, this one and this one. Try to get you the best views possible, but of course, especially some of the teams with not the traditional just blank Arial font, having some trouble distinguishing some of the single-digit numbers. So apologies on any confusion between Curcio, Woodward, and Vallalito, but fact of the matter is Curcio's the leadoff hitter, Woodward is batting second, Vallalito is ninth. But we'll head to the bottom of the fourth here, Metuchen trailing 5-0, looking to get something going offensively against Jake Humans. Bottom of the fourth, Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report. 2, 3, 4 in the order. It'll start with Pirillo, who watches that one go by for a ball. So far, Humans has been solid. Metuchen threatened in the second, but have gone down in short order in the first and the third. Just one strikeout through 3 innings for Humans, who's thrown 33 so far this year. And 43 in the third innings as he gets that one over for a strike. Both Schleck and Humans are primarily ground ball pitchers. They're not going to be ones that overpower you, but are going to try to get contact, but light contact. As this one is hard contact past the first baseman Siplinsky and into right field for a base hit. So A.J. Pirillo, the leadoff man on here to start the bottom of the fourth. So runner on first, nobody out. And up comes Matt Rowe, popped out to second base back in the first. Touching down by 5. And Rowe gets a piece of one out to right center. Fielders converge. It's Haggerty. He'll bring it in, and Pirillo heads back to first. So Rowe stings one, but can't do anything with it. And now there's one away for Nick Dillon. Dillon singled and was called out at third on that big double play to end the second inning. First pitch in there for a strike. Pirillo not a ton of speed over there at first, but did return kicks for the football team back in the fall, so definitely has the power and the speed to make something happen on the base paths, as that one is low and blocked by Sparks. Fifth inning, Homedale will have Brescia, Siplinsky, and Haggerty, 4, 5, 6, due up to face Luke Schleck, who has allowed at least one run in 3 of the 4 innings so far today. Big swing and a miss there. Check back at first. Pirillo in safely. Almost disaster there as Pirillo got off a little too big of a lead. And that one's high for a ball. There's the pitch from Humans to Dillon. That one swung and fouled back. So 2 strikes on Nick Dillon. Pirillo the runner at first with 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Metuchen trailing 5-0. Humans is ready. Barry is on deck, and now he'll step off and get back on the mound. Makes the turn. Peek at Pirillo. Sign from Sparks. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and fouled, and Dillon stays alive. Nice pitch, biting inside there to Nick Dillon. Almost looked like he foul-tipped it off himself a little bit and took a second to gather himself. Might have gotten himself on the wrist a little bit there. That pitch was literally in on the hands. Here's the pitch from Humans. At one taken off the plate, high and away on a fastball for a ball. There's another one. That one is a swing and a miss. Down goes Dillon. Couldn't get the strike him out, throw him out, double play. Second K of the day for Humans. And that's the second out of the inning with Jack Barry, who's already struck out today, coming up. Runner at first, 2 away. Here's the pitch. That one is going to miss for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. That one in there for a strike. Nice fastball from Humans. And the count is even at 1-1. So Pirillo got a leadoff single, but is still standing at first base as Metuchen hoping to get on the board, trailing by 5. This one is driven out to left field, coming in, tough play, but they won't get it as it bounces down for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Jack Barry, his first hit of the day. And Metuchen has 2 on and 2 out for Luke Schleck. Fourth hit of the day for the Metuchen offense, and Schleck has 1 of those and will seek his second here to give himself some help on the mound. Schleck has had some tough starts against tough teams this season. Against South Hunterdon, he allowed a bunch of runs and took the loss. Metuchen's first loss of the season. They've only lost 5 games. They're 14-5, went 11-2 in the Blue Division. Good enough for second in divisional play. And Schleck hits a ground ball over to third. Force play will be made to end the inning by Louis Curcio. So Curcio has played great defense at the big double play there, gets the force at third, and that will do it for the 4th. We'll head to the 5th inning now. Metuchen still down 5-0. Top of the 5th inning, Eddie Kalegi here on the Bulldog Report. It's the NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 2 Round 1 baseball here between the Metuchen Bulldogs and the Homedale Hornets. Homedale the 10 seed, Metuchen the 7. Homedale went 10-11 this season. Metuchen a record of 14-5. As Schleck gets ready to work the 5th. It's been an up and down day for Luke Schleck. Allowed 1 to score in the first, 2 in the second, 1, 2, 3 third, then 6 reached, 6 batted, and 2 scored in the 4th. This inning will start with Sean Brescia, who he has been able to handle. 0 for 2, one of only 2 batters who's been retired every time so far by Schleck. As that first pitch drops in for a strike, Brescia Jr. batting .327, a home run, 12 RBI this season. Andrew Woodward scored the first run on an RBI by Siplinsky, who's due up next. Another strike right there, and the count is quickly 0-2. Then Woodward drove in 2 of his own in the second, and then 2 scored on a crazy potential double play hit by Woodward, as Fenton made the throwing error to first over the head of Rowe that allowed a second run to come home, and that's how we sit at 5-0 right now. As that one fouled off, Brescia stays alive. Schleck, the toe drag, the pitch. Outside corner, just a little off the plate, 1-2. Siplinsky due up next. Then it's Tim Haggerty. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and missed. Gets tagged out right at home plate. Second strikeout for Schleck. Brescia's 0 for 3 today, and that's the first out of the fifth. So one out here in the fifth. And that'll bring up Siplinsky, 1 for 2, an RBI single, and a ground out to first base. This one is smashed to left field on a couple of hops for a base hit, and Siplinsky with a 1-out single. Now 9 hits here for the Homedale offense. Have scratched across 5 runs and are looking to extend that lead here. It's Tim Haggerty will bat next. Metuchen's last game against Woodbridge, Brendan Norwood got knocked around on the mound, as Haggerty takes that one upstairs for a ball. Haggerty 0 for 2, flew out to center in the first, popped out in the third. Pitch from Schleck is low and away for a ball. That one is in there for a strike. Schleck, the off-speed pitch has been good. It's been his fastball that has just been so flat and so hittable today. But the off-speed pitch there has had some really good movement. Adwin's going to back him off the plate a bit. Looks like Caleb Walters, by the way, is in at second base right now, instead of Nick Dillon, who had some trouble on the defensive side and also fouled one off his wrist earlier. So we'll see if Dillon's potentially out of the game. As that pitch misses low, ball 4. Second walk issued of the day by Schleck, and Haggerty is on base for the first time, and now there's 2 on for Spallin, who's 2 for 2 this afternoon. So Holmdel hoping to extend their lead. They're already leading 5-0 here. Any game against a sure opponent is sure to be a challenge. And this one proven to be no different for Metuchen, despite being the better seed and getting it at home. That's really a tradition for these Metuchen teams, to have such success in the GMC, and then when you enter the state postseason, even something as good as the field hockey team over these past few years can falter against these teams, specifically from South Jersey. And of course, it's pretty commonly known and considered that South Jersey just simply has better athletes, it turns out to be, and I mean, traditionally, there's been more successful athletes that have continued collegiately and professionally from the South Jersey area across all sports than from Central Jersey. And it seems that that tradition has continued to stay true throughout the years. Spallin cracks one to short. Fenton takes it himself, throws to first, and that is a nice defensive play after some bad blunders by Metuchen over the last couple innings. A 6-3 double play turned there by Fenton, and they'll keep Homedel off the board. Bottom of the fifth coming up, 5-0 is your score. Homedel on top. Bottom of the fifth, bottom third of the Metuchen order due up here against Humans, who has run into some trouble, has had to pitch around a couple on in both the second and the fourth, but has still cruised on the mound and is showing why he has a 1.78 ERA in a tough Shore conference this season. Lakaski, Malamug, and Fenner as that one bounces for a ball. Metuchen still looking to get on the board, trailing 5-0. Winner of this game faces up with either Shore or Governor Livingston on Saturday. Metuchen already out of the GMC tournament after their loss to North Brunswick a week and a half ago, as Humans gets the call there on the fastball. Looked a little high, but gets the call nonetheless. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. This one is slapped hard over to short, coming over and making the play once again. It's Brett Hilsheimer, and that's the first out of the inning. Hilsheimer, Woodward, and Curcio all in that infield, all continuing to flash the leather. And that is a big reason why the score stands as it does, with Holmdel holding a 5-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Marcus Malamug, grounded to short his first time, and that pitch misses low and in for a ball. One 0 on the way. That one's in there for a strike. Malamug tried to sell it as being a bit inside, but it's an even count now. 1-1 to Marcus Malamug. That one bounces. Malamug has had a pretty good season, and a younger player, a sophomore, batting .257 RBI, and then on the mound has pitched 22 innings, 3.18 ERA, 24 strikeouts. All three of those numbers second on the team to Rowe. Bouncer to third, clean play, Curcio throws to first. Human showing he's a ground ball pitcher as he gets another one there. It's now 8 groundouts through 4 2/3 innings here for Humans. And Woodward, Siplinsky, Curcio, and Hilsheimer all playing great defense. Now Jackson Fenner will bat. First pitch in there for a strike. Fenner still looking for his first base knock of the season. That one misses for a ball. So 2 outs, bottom 5. Metuchen trailing 5-0 here against Homedale. There's the pitch. In there for a strike. Fenner taken all the way. Top of the order looms on the horizon for the Dogs. There's the windup. Here's the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. So 2 strikes now on Jackson Fenner. Fenner 0 for 12 this season in 15 plate appearances. Has also walked 3 times. And there's the 4th walk. So Jackson Fenner gets on base and Metuchen has a 2-out base runner. 3rd inning where Metuchen has gotten somebody on the base paths, and now Sparks comes out for a quick meeting with the pitcher, Humans. Alex Wood has been swinging early. First pitch ground out, second pitch ground out, and his 2 at-bats so far, both over to the second base side. And we'll look to keep this inning alive. Fenner at first, 2 outs. This time Wood taking all the way, watches that one miss low and away for a ball. One-0 to Wood. In there for a strike. Count is even now at 1-1. Wood barrels this one up deep left center. Long run catch is made, though, and the defense holds firm. It's a good contact for Wood, but nothing comes of it. Metuchen strands a runner at first. We're through 5. Homedale still on top, 5-0. So top of the 6th inning coming up. Luke Schleck will stay in the game. Got help with a 6-3 double play. A nice defensive play by Fenton to finish off the 5th. And will face Sparks, Vallalito, and Curcio, 8, 9, and 1 in the Homedale order. Andrew Woodward has had a huge game. Curcio has played some great defense as this first pitch swinging by Sparks, a ground ball. Fenton makes the throw to first. The deal with Joseph Fenton, I mean, he plays excellent defense for just a freshman. Of course, replacing Jay Harry at short. Seeing if maybe he'll potentially become another 4-year shortstop. The thing with him has to be that offense. They've been typically now using a DH in Pirillo for him. So that's something Fenton's really got to work on improving, especially when Metuchen has made so many changes offensively. Fenton with a dive. Can't get to that one, though, as it gets into center for a single. And Vallalito with a 1-out hit, his 2nd hit of the day. And he'll bring up Louis Curcio, who's 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a fly out, and is batting .364 this season. A lot of first pitch swinging on both sides. This is a pretty fast-moving game, especially for 5 runs having scored. Speaking of that, it's going to happen again. Fenton makes the catch, throws down to first, tries to double him off. He does! Joseph Fenton with his 2nd consecutive inning-ending double play. This one catching the liner, throwing back to first, catching Vallalito napping. Looks like the first base coach is not happy with the umpire there with the call. Neither is Vallalito, but Metuchen gets the out. We'll see if anything changes, but it looks like the inning's over, and we'll be heading to the bottom of the 6th with with Metuchen still trailing 5-0. So Jake Humans has cruised through 5 innings so far. And now we'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the order. I believe Dylan is out of the game. We saw him seem a little shaken up. We'll see if that changes, but he's not playing second anymore. They have Caleb Walters in defensively. But it looked like he may have swung and gotten himself on the wrist on a foul tip and later struck out back in the 4th inning. His spot's due up 3rd in the inning. It'll start with A.J. Pirillo, the DH, who's 1 for 2. Pirillo, of course, is going to have a major extension of his role going forwards as he takes the first pitch high for a ball. No more Rowe, Kuhnrich, Berry, or Schleck, or Fenner. So you're going to see players like Lukaski, Wood, Pirillo, Dillon, all expected to step up. Also going to be interesting to see how they change the pitching staff around. Malamug could potentially become the ace with Norwood, expected to do some heavy lifting as well. But with the talent they had on the roster, that's why this year was so key in finding success. And after missing last season, it's great that they've been able to find success and have a successful COVID-free season through this 6-week stretch. A little weird going this deep into June and this being the first day of the state tournament, but everything was delayed a couple of weeks when they first staggered back the start of the fall season to October 1st, and everything just got pushed back from there. Here's the offering from Humans. This one is driven out to left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit, so A.J. Pirillo on for the 2nd time today. It's a leadoff single here for the Dogs. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Metuchen down 5-0. No scoring in this game since the 4th inning, when Curcio got on to load the bases, and then Woodward hit one, scored a run, and then the attempted double play throw by Fenton got away. But Fenton has since made up for that mistake with 2 beautiful inning-ending double plays to cap off the top of the 5th and the top of the 6th. Pirillo at first. Here's the pitch to Matt Rowe. That one up and in for a ball. And, bottom of the 6th, not really sure what's on the horizon if Metuchen does get eliminated. So for Matt Rowe, this could be the end in his Bulldog uniform. And, of course, it has been a storied career for him. We wish him the best of luck at Rutgers. He cranks this one out to left field. Long run chasing after it. That'll go just foul, as Rowe absolutely hammered that ball. Matt Rowe batting .400, 15 RBI. And, of course, on the mound, 60 strikeouts, a .23 ERA in 30 innings pitched. Here's the pitch to Rowe. This one grounded sharply. Hilsheimer backtracks, and it's going to get through for a base hit. So Rowe is on with a single. And now 2 on with nobody out. I think that Dillon's still batting, so he might just be out on the defensive side. But it's definitely Walters in there at second base on the defensive end. Dillon is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. That's a quick meeting there between Sparks and Humans. It's Pirillo at second, Rowe at first. Metuchen still trying to get on the board, trailing 5-0 here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch. Taken all the way, off speed, drops in down the middle for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back, and the count is now 0-2. Jack Barry is due up next. Humans takes a peek. Here's the pitch. That one off the plate for a ball. This one grounded down to short, hit slowly, almost a collision between Hillsheimer and Curcio, and everybody's safe. So the defense, which has been so solid, struggles there. Dillon is on base with an infield single, and suddenly Metuchen has the bases loaded and nobody out. Best opportunity yet, and they've got their two best hitters all season, Barry and Schleck, coming up. And it's only a 5-run game. And this could get away from them in a hurry with the tying run on deck now. So bases loaded. Barry takes the first pitch low for a ball. Bad communication between Hillsheimer and Curcio right there as they both went after it and nearly collided. Barry stings one to first, throwing home to try to get the force. They will. Back to first, no play. They'll get the lead out there, and that sets up a potential double play and keeps Metuchen off the board. Barry just bad luck as he hit it hard, but right at Siplinsky. So one away, now Luke Schleck, the pitcher, who singled in the second, grounded out to third for a force out to end the fourth. And he bounces this one over to third, hard charging, throw home, they'll get the out there. And again, perfectly played by the defense. Metuchen had the bases loaded and nobody out. Their two best hitters both hit ground balls. They get the force at home again, and now there's two away. That's what you got to do with the force at any base. And now Lukaski, who's 0 for 2, will look to come through. And if Metuchen cannot score here after having the bases loaded and nobody out, would be brutally disappointing. So sacks full, 2 away, bottom 6, Metuchen trailing 5-0, the 7th seed here against the 10 seed Homedale Hornets, coached by Chris Arecci. For those just joining in, Homedale took the lead in the top of the first, have tacked onto it occasionally ever since. Metuchen's offense just hasn't gotten going. They've got the bases loaded and nobody out, though, right now. They did, but then back-to-back force outs hit by Barry and Schleck. And now there's 2 away with the bases still loaded. Sparks blocks that one as it's low for a ball. Top of the 7th, Homedale will have Woodward, Hillsheimer, and Brescia, the heart of their order, 2, 3, 4. Due up against Schleck. This one popped high in the air and out of play. And everybody heads back to their bases and will reset. Base is still loaded. Here's the pitch. Dribbled foul, and now 2 strikes here on Lukaski. 379, a home run, 11 RBI this season, 0 for 2 today. He and Dillon, the 2 juniors who were on the varsity team as freshmen back in 2019, along with AJ Pirillo, actually, the 3 of them. Now with 2 seasons of varsity experience, is that one smothered in the dirt, low for ball. Dillon at third, Barry at second, Schleck at first, 2 outs. They actually have a pinch runner in Arantino in for Schleck, and that one just misses off the plate. I believe the count is now full. Humans ties his shoes, gets ready, back to go. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Metuchen trailing 5-0. 2 strikes on Lukaski. There's the pitch. Driven through the whole, base hit. 1 run scores. The cog continues. Everybody's safe. It's an RBI single for Ian Lukaski, and the Dogs are on the board. So Metuchen not done yet, as Nick Dillon comes across the score. And now Malamug is suddenly the tying run. Batting .250 this season, more of a pitcher than a hitter, but with a prime opportunity. So the Bulldogs, after numerous opportunities, one turned away on that incredible double play by Curcio back in the second, have a chance here. And Malamug takes the first pitch for a strike. So Humans, a 1.78 ERA this season, dens for his first run after 5 2/3 scoreless innings. 4th hit of the inning for Metuchen. And now Malamug hits one on the ground, but foul. The left fielder Jackson Fenner is due up next for the Dogs. Bases loaded. There's the pitch to Malamug. This one is hit sharply to short. Hilsheimer grabs it, throws to first, throw a little high. Nice play, though, by Siplinsky, and that'll end the inning. So Metuchen leaves him loaded, does get a run, but we'll head to the 7th inning with the Dogs still trailing 5-1. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. Luke Schleck on the mound, which for what could very likely be his final inning in a Metuchen uniform. And of course, once again, you got to say thank you to all these seniors. It's unfortunate for them that they missed out on their junior year, where they could have continued to get better and get another full season in, but at least this season has been more normal, and it's great to see with vaccines and everything, life slowly turning back to how it was pre-pandemic. Schleck's first pitch here to Woodward is taken high. An eventful day for Woodward. Singled and scored in the first. Singled home 2 in the second. And then in the 4th, hit a fielder's choice, which ended up turning into an error with 2 more runs scoring. So on the ledger, it's a 2-for-2 day with 2 RBI and a run scored. As this one, tough play coming over to cover is Schleck. And that's the first out. So good job by Schleck getting off the mound quickly. So 1 away now for Hilsheimer. First pitch in there for a strike. Hilsheimer has really flashed the leather today. At the plate, he's 1 for 3, but has had a great year, hitting .400, a home run, 22 RBI. That one is low. Count now at 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Schleck. Upstairs, ball 2. Two 1 to Hillsheimer. Blocked, almost went off the mask of Lukaski. But now Schleck falls behind at 3-1 with Sean Brescia due up next. This one is slammed way out there. Fenner chasing back, making the nice catch. Hillsheimer absolutely clobbered that one, but it's just a loud second out. And now Brescia will bat with 2 away. Brescia up here 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout to his name today. Holmdel leading 5-0, top of the 5-1, top of the 7th inning. Metuchen scratched across a run in the bottom of the 6th, but left the bases loaded with the tying run at the plate. Bulldogs will have Fenner, Wood, and Pirillo due up in the bottom of the 7th, as Humans hopes to send the Homedale Hornets to the quarterfinals. That one over for a strike. Schleck has allowed 10 hits so far today, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, and he struck out 2. That one fouled back. 2 strikes now on Brescia. Two contact pitchers. Human has had the edge to this point. Metuchen finally got some life in that offense in the 6th, and will hope for more in the 7th, still trailing by 4. Here's the pitch. This one ground ball, second base, fielded cleanly by Walters, throw to first. That'll end the inning. Actually, it's Dillon back in there now. So inning over, 1, 2, 3, down go the Hornets. Last chance for Metuchen coming up in the bottom of the 7th, trailing at 5-1. So the Bulldogs season hangs in the balance here as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Metuchen down 5-1. Humans seeking the complete game. And we'll start with Fenner, who walked in his last plate appearance and grounded out back in the 3rd. For Metuchen, the difference has been the 2-out offense that they allowed early in the game for Homedel, as they scratched across some runs, Holmdel's defense, and a lack of offense throughout this game. Fenner, nice contact, but Woodward makes the play, and Fenner is close to potentially having a hitless senior season as he is retired there. So 1 out, that'll bring up Alex Wood, 0 for 3, 2 groundouts, and a fly out to center. Fenner has been plagued by injury this season. It's been disappointing not to have him regularly on the field. Wood has had a good season, but a tough game. Coming into this one, batting .383 with 9 RBI, and has really cemented his spot in the leadoff hole for entering 2022. Humans gets that one over for a strike. This one is popped up and will go out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Alex Wood, with A.J. Pirillo, who's had a nice 2-for-3 game, due up next. Metuchen sent 7 to the plate back in the 6th, but unfortunately can only get 1 run across despite having the bases loaded and nobody out. As Wood, with a little bit of a half swing there, just fouls it back. One, 2. That one low. Count now even at 2-2 to Wood. Two. That one misses as well, so good eye by Wood on consecutive pitches, and the count is now full. Looks like there's some action in that bullpen, just in case this gets away from Humans at all. Looks like it might be Max Woodward, the sophomore. It's a 3.85 ERA, and has the second most innings pitched on the team. This one a ground ball, fielded by Siplinsky, steps on the bag, and Metuchen is down to their final out. So it'll all come down to A.J. Pirillo, who singled in the 4th and the 6th, 2-for-3, and will become one of the stars of this team next season, with the disappearance and the graduation of Rowe and everybody else. As Humans looks to cap off the complete game. Struggled a bit in the 6th, was laboring, but got out of the inning. And some early offense from Homedel, 5 runs over the first 4 innings, has done the job to this point. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now on A.J. Pirillo. One. This one is driven out to left center field. Catch will be made. Ranging out is Hilsheimer. That'll do it. The Homedale Hornets advance to the quarterfinals as they defeat the Metuchen Bulldogs by the score of 5-1. Jake Humans, the winning pitcher. Luke Schleck takes the loss. Andrew Woodward, a big day. Couple of RBI and a run scored. Siplinsky also drove in a run at one point earlier in the game. So congratulations to all the seniors for the Bulldogs. Might have another game or 2, but they're out of the county and state tournaments with a record of 14-6. Still a really good year for this Metuchen team after not playing at all last year, when many teams participated in the Last Dance World Series in July. But congratulations to the seniors. And also, I did this a little yesterday, but this I can pretty confidently say was likely my final broadcast here at Metuchen. I'm hoping to still do some games. I'm going to be heading to Rutgers, maybe come by for some basketball games in the winter, but it's been great to call these games the last 4 years. I'm doing one more episode of the podcast next week, but it's been really great to get to call all the action, and a thank you to everybody who's facilitated this and made it so much easier for me. And a thank you to Mr. Cathcart once again for setting up the equipment, Ben Solaski, who will help break down this equipment afterwards. And it's been great, even though it's been so weird, sitting in an empty press box facing the complete opposite direction from the field. Getting to call these games has been a blast throughout this season. But final score, Homedel takes it 5-1. Signing off here on the Bulldog Report, this is Eddie Kalegi. Hope you have a great rest of your day.